Guys, welcome back to another episode of Spoiler Alert. She-Hulk, episode 6. Oh my. Why do I mess up every time you subscribe for mess ups? Now let's get right into it. She-Hulk, episode 6, baby. She-Hulk gets invited to a wedding. Yes, a fucking wedding. And we start off the beginning of the scene of her just getting ready for the wedding, really. Just packing up, getting ready for the wedding. And of course, we have two stories. Like every show, we have two stories going on at the same time. We have the wedding going on, and then we also have her sidekick, her best friend, partner in crime, doing her own thing in her own life during the show. So let's break it down. She-Hulk gets to the wedding, and she's actually wearing the dress that was made for her the last episode that she said she was not going to be able to use because she doesn't know any occasions that she would use it. And guess what? She was able to use it. Let's go. So that means at least it came in handy, right? Well, she gets there. She's She-Hulk. Her best friend does not like the attention already that she's getting. I'm just saying, her best friend is a bitch with a capital B, okay? And you could tell her friend just wanted everything to be about her. I guess I get it. It's her wedding. I guess it's her day. I get it. Just makes it was the first time she actually wanted to be She-Hulk and come as She-Hulk, and so it was kind of sad for her to not be able to just be She-Hulk. So whatevs, it happens. But so her best friend asked her go back to Jennifer. She goes back to Jennifer. Good to go. So while she's at the wedding, her best friend is taking this case to defend this guy, kind of. I guess you would say. I guess you would say defend him, but not really. He is actually trying to not be sued by his 6 to 7 wives, and he has that many because he's immortal. And basically what he does is when things get tough, he jumps into front of cars, he kills himself, he eats pills that are going to kill him. He basically tries every way of just getting out of the situation, getting out of the argument, and he fakes his own death, and no one knows of this in the argument of his wives. It's like no one knew of this until one of the wives pointed out and found a video of him killing himself while they were married, right after they had an argument. And it was just kind of from there on, he couldn't take conflict. So this guy, they're actually bring him on as a client, and while they were bringing him on, they're already going at him because they don't want to really have him as a client. But he's immortal. He's a part of the superhero community, so he's a part of that that branch of law division, whatever you would say that is, just that branch of lawyers that deal with superheroes and stuff like that. Well, they like I said, they didn't even want to bring him on because they didn't like what happened, the whole thing, what happened of how the whole story of how he's just killing himself to just stay away from conflict at all. So while they were actually going back and forth and talking to him, and really it's more of them kind of angry at him already, the two lawyers, he actually jumps out the window, kills himself. Same pattern, different day, right? Well, we go back to the wedding. Jen is kind of already bummed out because her friend's not talking to her, nothing, it's kind of she was pointless to come, and she feels just kind of lonely. And her friend starts talking to her and talks to her about her life, and she doesn't care except for, did she have a boyfriend? And obviously that's a jab to just be you don't have a boyfriend? Ha 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 ha, some weird shit. I don't know why there's that conflict, but I feel like that's not like a normal thing. That's not a real thing that happens in real life. Like, I don't know if you ever watched a show or watched a movie and realized like this would never happen in real life. This would never happen to me. I would never treat someone like this, and I wouldn't let no one treat me like this. And I just think that there's sometimes in some movies and some shows that happens, and this was one of those where this like whole show was just made no sense. Not show, but like these scenes didn't make any sense because these wouldn't happen in real life. But it's a show, so you know. You get what you get. Well, guess who shows up? Fucking Titanium. Titanium, bitch ass motherfucker. Hey, this bitch come up, walking, strutting, and going, hey, bitch, hey. And she runs up to Titanium. She's like, this is my best friend. This is an actual friend of mine's wedding. And you can't be here. You can't crash it. This is a real wedding. Leave it alone. Her friend knows that she's there, and she's like, oh my god, Titanium, I can't believe you actually made it. It took the time out of your day for me. In reality, we all know she's there for She-Hulk. Literally, her +1 was this, like, nerdy dude in the fucking corner that, like, just some, like, you know, character. Just some random guy in the fucking background. He's like, hey. He's, like, old, too, so makes no sense. She actually walks out, so like they get in a little bit of an argument. She walks outside, and while she walks outside, this hunk of a dream right here walked into her life, and man, it's already changing her life immediately. They start talking, going back and forth, and like I said, her friend's being kind of a bitch this whole time, and her friend is just being an asshole at this point the whole time. She comes out, and she's like, Jennifer, can you wash these dishes? People are quitting on me because they say because I'm being rude to them. She's a rude person. And so she says yes, she'll wash them, and then she takes the guy to ask him to go inside and help. And I think that she took them away for a reason. I don't know for sure, to be honest, if there was a reason and she just didn't want them to talk, but she got taken away. Well, while we go back to the guy. We go back to the guy with the 6 wives. He's actually in the, I guess, the meeting room where they're all, like, they're not, this ain't a court, like, case or anything. I don't know what these are called I don't know what these are called in real life or at all. So, that you have, them in a meeting room, conference room, and they're talking, going back and forth, and talking about what they wanted, what they should get, talking about the way he killed himself when they were with him, and how he fucked them all over. And it is interesting. He pissed off these ladies severely. I mean, severely. So basically, they go back and forth. Long story short, they finally come to an agreement. They get what they want, and they're happy. He tried to kill himself in the middle of this, of course. Dude has a problem. Needs help. Well, we go back to the wedding. Jennifer, she is drunk as fuck. She's puking up. She's throwing up, right? And while she's throwing up, Titanium comes up and sucker punches her ass right in the nose. So we know this is about to happen. You know what this is about to happen. She's literally begging for She-Hulk to come out, and she's not even trying to let She-Hulk come out because her friend told her not to be She-Hulk, and she was like, she's gonna be mad at me. And eventually she became She-Hulk. She was like, let's just do one time. I'm not doing it no more. I'm not gonna do this anymore. One time. And she became She-Hulk, and as soon as she became She-Hulk, she literally stomped her foot down and Titanium flies in the air into the dance floor, and everyone's just like, what? DJ starts playing some fight music, and basically Titanium got her teeth knocked the fuck out. Like, she got knocked the fuck out. Her teeth were just hanging, and she's so mad that she looks at someone. She goes, are you live streaming this to your 9 followers, on Twitter and all that stuff? Like, it's actually kind of, because she's an influencer. She hates the embarrassment of the whole thing. She hates the embarrassment of being beat. And so that fight happens, and honestly, after that fight, things get a little weird, right? So we go back to the case with the dude and the dude with the 9 wives. Well, 6 wives, 9 wives. I feel like it gets more every time I explain it, but I feel like it's getting more every time I explain it. But it's okay. Well, I I'm horrible with names. I told you guys this in the beginning of this series. I'm horrible with names. So if I'm gonna get better eventually when doing this. But right now, I'm just horrible with names. So the 2 lawyers that defended the guy that are a part of the firm that Jennifer is a part of are looking at this website about She-Hulk, a hate website, and there's death threats. There's so many other threats going towards just She-Hulk, and they agreed not to tell She-Hulk. And what does her best friend do? She calls up She-Hulk, and she's like telling her all this, and he goes to voicemail. Well, the reason why it's going to voicemail is because her and that guy, they sharing some fries. Yes, they are. They sharing some fries. They're having some. They're having a good time at the end of this wedding, and he wasn't scared. He actually told her how much he thought how beautiful she was without being She-Hulk, and this is before. I don't know if I guess he knew who she was, but this is before the whole She-Hulk and Titanium thing. But yeah, so he's into her, she's into him, and right after the scene cuts, right at the end, we see the laboratory and that needle that was trying to be used to prick her skin during episode 4 when she was in the alley. So we see the needle that she was used to try to prick her while she was in the alley when the dudes attacked her with the Asgardian construction tools. So that is obviously there's a connection there, and they're trying to kill She-Hulk or take her sample of her DNA. They're trying to do something basically. 2 things connect for sure. They're I don't know what's going on with that, but I think it's a little weird how no one fucks with Bruce. Just saying, they fuck with She-Hulk, but not Bruce. Let me know how you guys thought about this episode. I think it was a good one, and I'm ready for episode 7. And don't forget that there is a new series on Disney Plus you need to check out. If you can't check it out, I'll be spoiling it for you. Fortunately, I promise. Love you all. Y'all have a good one. Don't drink and drive. Don't forget we have taste tests. Spoiler alert, obviously. We have the podcast, and we also have Football Junkies, the shorts. We post daily, weekly videos, daily shorts. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for the support. Love you all. Peace.